Hello! Today I'm going to show you the Mojo Desktop. It's a really convenient small box and you have your organ in just this small sized instrument. This is the perfect counterpart of the GSi VB3-II software, but because it's inside a box and you have all your drawbars and your knobs, it's making it really convenient and you don't need a laptop to control this. Let's discuss what knobs and buttons you have on the front panel. You'll have your volume knob, really necessary for on stage. Your bass and your treble, so you have your basic EQ. Your click, so how much sound the buttons of your keyboard make. The drive, if you want more distortion, you'll turn up the drive, and a reverb. So that's all the knobs and buttons you know from a regular organ. Then you of course have the speed of the rotary, the brake of the rotary, and your percussion section. You can choose to control your upper or your lower manual, so it's or your pedals. So it's also possible to use two separate MIDI keyboards and a MIDI pedal. And of course you have your drawbars. Over here is the knob. With this knob you can control the vibrato and chorus. With the red button over here you can change your presets. And what's really nice, they've put a lot of beautiful sounding presets. I'm not a very good organ player, so to have a few really nice presets, you can start to work and you can edit them as well and make it your own sound. And the last but almost most important feature is that there is a touchscreen. But we'll talk about that in a minute. On the back side of the instrument you have your power in. Over there you have the system USB. It will give you 5-volt power for your USB keyboard. Then you have the MIDI I/O to connect to your maybe your DAW, your Cubase or Logic or whatever you use, and this will work as a MIDI controller as well. So you can use the drawbars for other instruments that you have in your setup as well. Then you have the left and right audio output and of course a headphones output. Yes, there is a regular MIDI and of course the foot switch and the swell pedal. There are several ways to connect your keyboard to the Mojo Desktop. Of course you can use a MIDI cable, but you can also use USB. Nowadays most keyboards have a USB connection. And the USB connection on a regular keyboard is the USB-B. That's the side of the USB cable that has a square. They also use it for printers. You probably have a few of those in your house. If you don't have one, you can get them in every electronics store or maybe a computer shop. So you'll connect the USB-B to your keyboard. Then you'll connect the USB-A, that's the other side, to the system USB. You also have the USB connection on the back side that says MIDI I/O, but you'll use that one to for your DAW, so like a Cubase or a Logic or whatever. Now it's connected and it should be working. The USB cable only provides MIDI, so there's no audio that's coming through the USB cable. Only which notes you play, how long you play them, and of course the modulation key, because with the modulation you control the speed of the rotary. That's it. I'll first show you the global settings. So you can adjust your tuning, your upper MIDI channel, your lower MIDI channel. You can adjust it to everything you want. Of course, you'll have a receive MIDI program, receive MIDI control, send MIDI program, send MIDI control. volume, so you can adjust everything with MIDI with this touchscreen. Really easy, really convenient. If you have a USB stick, you can import or export programs or banks, so this will make your workflow easier. Now let's go to the other features that you can edit, and it's a lot. You can edit the organ. Let's do that. You can edit the generator. Maybe you want something else. Just choose whichever one you want, and this will drastically change the sound of your organ. So you have a lot of choice for a lot of organs. Too much to show you right now. Let's go back to the first one, because that one already sounds really nice. Now you have the generator settings, the shape. You can have a boost, boost 2, boost 3, a lot of choices as well. Maybe you want to have the really vintage sound, so you can choose which resistor wires you have, spinet, old, new, just whatever you want. Let's go for old school and choose the old one. Leakage will make your organ sound way more natural instead of a digital instrument. You have a lot of features to change, so you can change crosstalk, X-talk, complex wheels. Let's scroll through them so you can see them right away. But it's way too much to cover in one simple video. Click release will drastically change your sounds. Let's go to the effects section. The level of the spring reverb, the timbre of the spring reverb. You can change the decay, rotary simulator on or off. You have your horn, your bass, a lot of features to cover. Balance, ambience, cabinet, way too much to cover in one video. For Crumar it's really important to add a lot of authenticity. So if you want to really adjust your sound in detail, every nuance you can adjust and write just like the sound was on the old Hammond organs. You can adjust the resistor wires, you can adjust every small nuance. So you have all your parameters, your Memphis style, that's a really nice feature as well. Digital reverb and the size of the room. So if you are really into authenticity and you really want to shape the sound the way you like it, everything is in here. So that's all the edit effects, edit organ and the global settings. The next thing I want to talk about are the presets. And I know people are a little bit skeptical about presets, but presets can also be a really good point to start. I'm not the best organ player in the world, I know a little bit about it. And to have a few good presets, you always can adjust your sound a little bit extra. So they put a lot of time and effort in it at Crumar, and they came up with 100 presets that are really useful in my opinion. So let's scroll through them and let's hear a few. So this is the welcome to the VB3, and it sounds. I already have a lot of drive on. Let's go. There are a lot of sounds for jazz, for funk, for rock, for metal even, ballads. And for every occasion you'll have a different organ. If you play gospel, you'll have a few really beautiful ones. And they've adjusted them also, not only the upper or the lower, you'll have upper or lower, and the pedals are already adjusted. The reverb, it remembers the drive, it remembers everything that you've put in it. If you want to make your own ones, you can replace the ones over here, but you can also go to page 100, and I'm almost there. And this is, here you can make your own sounds. So let's just make something and put it over here. If this is something I like, I go to Edit, Write, and I'll give it a new name. I'll call it Tom. And done. You can write it to any place you want, confirm, and there it is. If I go to another sound, I'll have all my settings back to what I've just adjusted. Really nice and really cool to make your own ones. I hope you really liked this video. We've talked a lot. Of course, there are other videos where you can really hear the sound of the Mojo Desktop. It's a really convenient instrument, and if you want to know more about the specifications, please visit crumar.it and you'll find everything you need. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys another time.